Good morning and welcome to Fragile Friday. This is Michelle Hayslip and I'm signing on just to invite you into my new YouTube. It's called Fragile Friday, and Fragile stands for being accomplished. It stands for being loyal, assertive, revolutionary, capable, radiant, inspired, focused, fearless. And a lot of times in our life we have to put on many hats, and we have to be fearless in situations where we don't feel like we can be. So I want to take the time just to say you are loved, you are appreciated, and whatever you're going through in life today, tomorrow, whatever day, know that you can only take one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. Tomorrow's not promised, so don't worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry about itself. But today you can focus on today, and you can focus on bringing happiness to someone else. And while you're bringing happiness on to someone else, you can bring happiness on to yourself. Again, welcome to Fragile Friday. For all of my guests out there today, I just want to say that you are loved, you are able, and you can overcome anything if you put your mind to it. So for me, fragile means just being authentic. It means being who I am regardless of what other people think. And so giving you my background is that I am a single mother of 4. I was married for several years. I was with my ex for 20 years, married for 16 of those years, and most of them were the happiest time of my life. I can honestly tell you, we had ups and downs and like every other relationship, but I also served in the military during that time frame. And the time that I served in the military created a huge distance in our relationship with my spouse. And so that kind of created some of the dynamics of what's going on with me now. I returned home from Iraq with PTSD, and that PTSD causes me to have other things that affected my relationship. And as we go deeper into this, I may share some of those things with you, but being it's my first time today, I choose not to. And that's okay too, because you can be just as open as you want and just as closed as you want to be. So being fragile today, I'm going to talk about relationships and what has me in a fragile stage today. So I was married, like I said, and then became divorced. I got into a relationship that lasted 4 years. And that 4-year relationship taught me to grow in areas that I had not grown in. I can truly say I genuinely cared about the person that I was with, and at the time I thought I loved that person. But as I've grown over the last 6 years, I realized that that love was a different kind of love. I loved him for who he was and where I was in my life at that point. But I didn't find out till later what it meant to really give yourself into love again. And that can be a very difficult time for people when you've been in a relationship for a long time, and especially in the way that dating is now. Dating has become so much more complicated than it was for me several years ago. I'm 45 years old, so when I started dating was different. The goals that you were looking for were different. People wanted to build and get to know you, and now it seems to me, and this is just my opinion, that it's more about sex first. And I want someone to get to know me. I want to laugh. I enjoy laughing. So if you can make me laugh, that's a huge step in the right door. But just seeing who the other person is genuinely, seeing who they are, who their souls are. See if you have soul ties. Seeing if you can connect on any other level, intellectually especially. So again, like I said, I dated for 4 years, and that was a good relationship most of the time too. We had ups and downs, like I said, but I grew in that, and I grew in learning who I was. And it wasn't until I came out of that relationship that I actually found myself truly in love again. And I loved this guy for a whole year. The relationship only lasted a year. And but I was finally able to really give myself. You know, when you come out of a relationship and you realize that you hold back so much and you're so protective of yourself that you put up walls. And these walls sometimes will block your blessings. And then you have fears of, is this person going to love me as much as I love them? Is this person willing to do what I do? And you block your blessings off. And so when I got out of that and I got into this relationship, I decided that I was not going to have any walls up, that I was going to be my authentic me, and I did that. And in doing so, I grew. I grew mentally, I grew physically, I grew emotionally. And but I also learned what I would accept and what I wouldn't accept. And I thought that being in a relationship that you had to fight. And fighting means standing by somebody no matter what. But that does not mean being a doormat. It does not mean allowing someone to take their narcissistic attitudes and pressure you and make you feel you were boxed into something. So I want you to get from this just knowing that no matter what situation you are in your relationship, if it doesn't look good, trust your gut instinct. Trust your heart. Don't waste any more time, because that's exactly what it is, wasted time. You can't get that back. You can get money back because you can work for it. You can find a new love, but you can never get back your time. That is one of the most precious things. So every moment that you spend it with someone who pours into you and somebody that you can pour into, because we're all vessels. And that's the thing, is everybody's afraid of giving. If I give too much, if I give too much, what are they going to get back? Well, go into it not expecting anything. Just give freely, give openly, and give only what you really want to give. You don't have to give to everybody, because everybody is not meant to receive what you have. But you can give to those you feel a connection to, and give without wondering what you're going to get back. Don't expect anything back. And that's when you're going to find happiness. So again, I was in that relationship, and that relationship didn't end great. But that was okay too, because during that time I learned that I needed to find me. I had been in a relationship for 20 years. I had never been single in a long time, so 20 years is a long time. And then I stayed single and celibate for a couple years, and then I jumped into a relationship with someone else, and I didn't know how to date. I didn't know how to be a girlfriend. I only knew how to be a wife. And so I gave that person everything that a wife would give her husband. And it was too soon, too fast. And the only thing I did was I lost me. So in saying that, this time, during this past summer, I learned how to be free. I learned how to get out and enjoy life. I spent this last past summer just traveling from state to state. Of course, I'm on a motorcycle scene. I enjoy riding bikes. I enjoy being a backpack on the back of a bike. And so I enjoy the motorcycle world. And so I spent this summer riding on backpacking. I spent the summer flying out. I spent the summer getting in my car and just driving from state to state. And each time I went from a different state, I met a different group of people. And in meeting those different group of people, I met people that was fun to just have a conversation with at the moment. I met people who I could carry on those conversations long distance over the telephone, meeting up, maybe traveling out of town. And then I met people that was just there for a time period, someone to drop a nugget into my life. And I could take and do with it what I chose. And so this summer I learned me. And I am so happy in the person that I learned who I was and who I'm comfortable with, that I decided that I wanted to take time this year and share that growth. And let people see me when I'm not happy. Let people see me when I am happy. And let people just feed into me as I feed into them. Let people just pour into me as I pour into them. So I'm open and I'm receptive. So if you get anything out of this today, learn how to be your authentic self. Give only what you want to give, and do it willingly. And so happy Fragile Friday. Get out there. Be fearful. Be excellent. Be empowered. Be ready. Be radiant. Be courageous. Be assertive. Be everything that you set out to be today, but do it with a smile. I hope to see you again next Friday, Fragile Friday. Have a good day.